Decent processor. Installed great on a B450M motherboard. My Intel i7 is much slower than my Ryzen and my Intel is buggy. Anyone want a free Intel i7? Easy to install and you can use it like replacement to graphic card. The better thing, it comes with fan for CPU cooling. The only issue I had was getting my motherboard updated to support the GPU. I ended up having to send back the motherboard because nobody would touch it. Bought a new motherboard from a local dealer who updated the BIOS before I left the store and built the computer, and it works amazingly. If you have an update motherboard, for the money you can't go wrong. This is a must for you if you're on a budget. It's a must TBH. I used this processor on my first PC build, so I do not know how good other processors at a higher price range are, but these ones get the job done, and I do not see myself upgrading from this processor in the near future. Like all other Ryzen processors, it was easy to install. The stock CPU cooler looks awesome, especially with the AMD logo on the side. It is fairly quiet, and it came with pre-applied thermal paste, so I had no trouble installing them. Has done really well with the games that I was expecting to be able to play. Purchased one of these for an upgrade to a mini ITX Lab bench computer, mostly for browsing and some multimedia. ID just finished a Ryzen 7 1700 build which blew me away with its speed, and wanted to see what the low end of the family looked like. Dropped it into a Gigabyte GA B350N gaming MOBO and had no problems bringing it up under Win 10 with the built-in graphics. Win 10 is the only place you're going to find the latest video drivers for the GPU in this chip. Though I did run it briefly under OpenSUSE Tumbleweed and it did run okay, it will probably be a while before the Linux community has it working closer to its potential. On Windows, the machine is very snappy and responsive, handling high-res video with ease, even with 10-bit H.264 encoding. Performance seems better than my i5-2405S machine, though some of the speed probably comes from the PCIe M2 drive I installed. And the 90W power supply in my Antec Mini skeleton case had no problems keeping the system fed even with all 4 cores loaded by Prime 95. One thing to note is that you want to make sure you have the OEM cooler alignment correct before you lock it down. I had to turn mine 180 degrees after I found it was blocking my DDR slots, and it pulled the CPU out of its socket and almost wouldn't come off. Some people have literally pulled the lid off of their processor trying to do this. Click link in description for more reviews.